What's up, guys? We are back in the Bay Area and I am cleaning up the garden. It did okay. I think it just had a really hot day, so it kind of got torched. So like all the tomato plants are dead. It was actually worse. I've already started cleaning it. The indoor plants are doing great. Our friend was stopping by each week to water them. So right now we're just going to clean up the garden and probably plant a few new things. I'm not going to plant as much as I usually do just because we won't be here since we'll be traveling in the van. But I did already put some seeds for beets and carrots in there. And I'm going to plant some Napa cabbage. Not sure what else I'll plant yet. We'll see. What I'm really stoked about is my passion fruit. It survived, and check this out. There's like 2 of them. There's a little tiny baby one here. Got this one. And there's one over here. They're really cute. I'm excited. There's only 2, but I wasn't here to take care of things. Our soil really sucks at this place. It's like super clayey, super compacted, and a ton of rocks. I've been trying to fix it for the whole year that we've lived here. And there's improvements, but it still really sucks. I did a soil test when we first moved in, and it was depleted of all nutrients. And this year, I'm super stoked because I did a loofah plant, and it actually survived, and it even gave me 1 loofah. Ooh, want to see my jamaica? AKA hibiscus. This is my hibiscus plant. There's another one over there. That one is grown from seed, and this one I bought because I thought mine was sick and I didn't think it was going to survive, but it actually made it, and it's catching up to this one. Super excited. Can't wait to harvest. And you can see some eggplants. The eggplant actually survived pretty well, so we'll get to harvest a lot of those. The section's fenced in because the stupid squirrels won't stop digging. As you can see, we are no longer in the garden. We were pretty eager to get back on the road. So we're just doing a little getaway, and then we'll have to get back home just to get some things done. I thought we'd give you guys a little update of what it's been like for the last 2.5 months being in the van, since I know we haven't really been updating the channel, and if there's anything we would change.
So being in the van for 2.5 months and being in there every single night, is there anything that we would change? And my answer is really, there's not much. There's not much. This van is pretty perfect. Try to customize it as much as possible to our lifestyle, and I did just that, I think. There's only maybe 1 or 2 things. So one thing that I can think of is probably the length of the bed. It would probably...
I pointed at the window.
Oh, no. No, not the window. No, it's not something you can change. It's just the quality of the window. Is what she's talking about is we had a screen on that window, but the way the screen is mounted on there is it's just a Velcro and a double-sided sticky that's on the screen. And so the double-sided sticky tape, when the sun hit it, it would get way too hot and it'll kind of just melt off. So the screen just started falling off.
Yeah.
So now the screen's not even on there. We just threw it in the back so we don't lose it. So it's just the design of the window is just terrible. That's just not a good design.
We never opened the window anyways.
Yeah, we rarely did. So yeah, well, we just opened the whole door.
Oh yeah, that's what we usually do.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so what I was going to say is the length of the bed. Because we didn't put any like the extensions, like the bubble window that you can put on there. Mm-hmm. It's not a window, but it's a bubble, what do they call it?
Flare windows?
Flare windows. Flare, yeah. So you can make the sides a little bit wider. I think that would be helpful if we had that, because right now it's real tight. I'm pretty much like perfectly between the wall to wall. So if I'm kind of scooted down a little too much, then my feet would be against the wall, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's really the only thing. It doesn't bother me too much though. Then I just kind of have to adjust, or like I'll kind of sleep slightly diagonal, and I'll be perfectly fine. Or like my feet goes towards Jocelyn's feet.
Oh yeah.
And then and then I'm perfectly fine. But then I steal her foot space. I'm like, I'm just borrowing it. You don't need it anyways. Other than that, what do you think? What do you
Everything worked
think?
really well. The stick-on tile that I cut didn't stay stuck on as well as the entire sheet. So the sheets stayed on perfectly.
What sheets?
Because you know how it comes as a whole sheet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but on the right side, I had to cut it because it didn't quite fit. And all the ones I had to cut didn't stick as well.
I mean, it still looks fine, but yeah, you can kind of notice that it's starting to peel off. And
Just on one side though.
Yeah.
The other side is all good.
so I'm really glad I put the rooftop on there. I really like that, the addition of that rooftop deck, because I can either store something up there like the kayak we had the whole trip, or right now there's nothing up there and we can just hang out. And even with the kayak, there was enough space for us to be up there.
Well, some of the work we still have to do now that we're back is fix our bathroom. It broke.
The way our bathroom is set up, you can, it's on the drawer slide, right? So you can pull it out and you can push it back in. So those drawer slides, and then when we drive, we usually latch it and it locks it and it doesn't open while we're driving. But one day I just forgot to latch it, and then we were on a freeway and took a pretty hard turn on the freeway, and it swung open.
Oh.
Ooh.
Someone just crashed.
Someone just crashed. There's a highway over here, Highway 1, and I think they were about to go off the cliff probably and just crashed into the rail. That's a two-lane road. There's not much. You can't really move it anywhere. What we was talking about, the drawers, it just swung open way too hard because I didn't latch it, and it just opened too hard, I guess, and broke one of the drawer slides, the one on the right. And now we can still use it. It still slides, but it's hard to pull it all the way out, and then also it won't go back in all the way. There's like a maybe 3-4 inch gap. We try to force it closed, but the slide is just broken, so we just have to replace that, which is not really a big deal. I have that repair, and there's one of the lights on the inside is out also. It's just kind of like sometimes it flickers, sometimes it turns on, most of the time it's just dim. But the amount of lights we have in there, thing is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's also, we have that dimmer on there, so that was nice.
Yeah. We also have that light above the bed too.
Yeah, that little light above the bed. People were wondering what that was. They thought it was like a microphone or something. Like, what do you have a mic up there? But no, it's just like a little light that we put on when we turn the main lights off when we're going to bed. So I only put in one outlet for like 120 volt, and that was actually fine. I was planning on putting two, but I was like, I'll just put in one for now. If I need more, I'll just add it on later, because I ran some wires that I could add on another one. But I don't know. What do you think? You need another one?
No, because most everything we charge is with the USB.
Yeah, mostly it's USB, and we really only need it for charging our laptops
And the Theragun.
Theragun
We brought
once
a
in a while.
Theragun.
And our bed system, the actual the functionality of it is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good. I can't stop thinking oh my gosh, this is this is so legit. I keep thinking how perfect that setup is, how it opens up the space inside the van.
Yeah.
It still allows us to have a lot of junk in the back.
Yeah. It's not junk.
It's not
stuff
junk.
we need.
Yeah.
Actually, the storage above the seats, the cab, it actually stores a lot.
A lot of junk.
Not junk.
Oh, okay. Not junk. Not junk.
It's good storage space.
It's good storage space. It's mostly sweaters.
Yeah,
and
first aid
towels.
kit.
First aid kit. Rain jackets.
Yeah, all our rain gear was up there.
Toilet paper, paper towels. All the light stuff that if it falls out, no big deal. It's good.
Yeah, I'm glad we added that second layer.
Oh, the second one, huh?
Yeah.
That adds a lot. And also the top, it's hard to reach because it's too short.
Yeah, if he's not there, I have to get my little footstool that's in the front for when I sit down so I can reach back there.
It is deep though. I can't reach all the way to the back of it because it's awkward. It's like this. And also under our couch, it provides a lot of extra space as well.
Yeah.
A lot of storage. A lot of things that don't fit in the drawers. The fish sauce is the bottle. Fish sauce bottle is too big, so it doesn't fit in the drawer. But it fits under the seat perfectly fine. And we bought like gifts for people, and we were like, oh, just store it under the seat.
Yeah.
We just threw it all under there.
Can also do our tires and our whole lift kit basically, because we ordered that before we left, but it didn't arrive in time. And everything was pretty okay though. Like the wheels, the tires handled everything fine. Plenty of clearance.
Plenty of clearance. Traffic seems to be moving.
Yeah, they're
So
not
I
there
guess
anymore.
Wasn't that bad. But the ones that we used on this trip, it was just all stock. And that was actually worked fine, like perfectly capable.
We went on a lot of Forest Service roads too in
A
Washington.
lot of bumpy roads.
Oh, we're gonna add a wench. A winch? A wench. A winch.
A winch.
A wench is a woman.
Is
A
that
winch.
a winch? Yeah.
Yeah, with an I. Well, we're not getting a woman, we're getting a winch.
We're not getting a woman. I think that would be a great addition just in case we do get stuck. We were inspired by when we went out to the lake with the gridlessness. Yeah, we did a little 4x4. And even though, they have 4x4s, the Jeeps, we just got stuck like 3 times still because it was so muddy and it was just like...
You just started sinking.
Yeah. And all they had to do was take the winch, wrap around the tree, pull out every time. So that was cool. I was like, oh yeah, that's very useful if you get stuck. But right now, all I have is these tire traction things that I got on Instagram. It was one of those Instagram ads, right? You can also use it for lifting one side of the van if we're on a slant. And we use that a couple times. So you can put it under a couple of the tires, either the front or the sides, just to level out the van.
Yeah.
And that works, but we haven't tested out the traction of it because we haven't gotten stuck yet. When we put the all-terrain tires on there, and a lift, we need a lift because the all-terrain tires don't fit the wheel well, I guess, without a lift. I think that's the deal. So that's why we need a lift in with those tires. And
I'm gonna need help getting into the van soon.
I know we need to get one of those things that doesn't come out the steps.
All right, time to get back on the road. All right, guys, so we stopped by at a winery called Lula's, and Lula's actually ended up recommending this place so we could get a cheese board. So we're just gonna finish our second glass of wine and we'll see you back at the garden. All right, guys, we are back home. I'm in the garden. I've mostly finished. There's just a couple things that I'm waiting to finish ripening. And I've gone ahead and planted some seeds. And of course, even though I said I wasn't gonna plant too much, I planted too much. I was able to get a decent haul from what was left of my summer garden. Our friend James, who was stopping by to water the indoor plants, said he got plenty of veggies, and our neighbor also said they were able to enjoy a lot of it. Overall, pretty successful. I even found a rogue potato growing when I was cleaning the garden up. Over here we have some radish. I've covered it with this because it keeps the squirrels from digging. I still need to thin these out. Over here we have some arugula. This bed we have the beets and the carrots. This is one of the raised beds. I tend to put most of my root vegetables in here just because they don't seem to grow very well in the dirt, just because our soil is just not that great. So inside the netting I have some Napa cabbage. I think I have about 4 Napa cabbages going in the garden. I'll be planting some purple cabbage seeds soon. There's actually a couple more seeds that I'm going to be planting, so I think the garden's going to end up being just a full garden. Even though we're going to be traveling, I think it should be fine since I have the watering system, and in the winter it's not super hot, so that's usually my biggest worry, is how hot it gets, and it tends to torch the plants. That's everything in the garden for now. Hopefully in about 30 days I can give you an update. I don't actually know if we'll be here, but if we are here, I will for sure give you all an update. So thank you so much for watching.